You with me? Good morning, my brother.
Morning, morning, morning. Check 1 2 1 2. Yeah, Mike's is on.
Mics is off. Mics is on. So, all right, Phantom. Let's get straight into it. Let the audience know who Phantom of the Beat is.
Oh man, yo, check this out. Yo, I am Haas G, aka Phantom of the Beat, he for the street. You know what I mean? Yo, we got a long vested history in this game of music that we call ours. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Hailing from Brooklyn, New York, by way of Staten Island as well. And yo, I'm part of this. I'm part of this legacy, this music legacy. I mean, it started back in the days. Early '90s. Actually late '80s, early '90s.
Yeah.
When we first came out. I had a group called UMCs back in the day.
Yeah.
Salute to my man Cool Kim. The first rap group from Staten Island. A lot of y'all know the W. But you forgot the U, you know what I mean? You forgot the U, the UMCs, New York. Y'all know what time it is. Yeah, so we opened up the doors for Staten Island, and we came out with a couple of good albums. A lot of y'all still prancing around to One to Grow On right now.
Yep, they're still prancing around. A lot of your music, bro. A lot of it.
Blue Cheese, One to Grow On. And I mean, we've been in the game, man. And it ain't even start with music, actually. I mean, if people go search some old videos, some old movies, you know what I mean? You'll see us up in there. We was dancers at first.
Yep.
We was getting busy,
So it all started off from a process of building, and you built yourself up to
Yeah.
where you are right now.
I mean, it's that culture. Hip hop is a culture, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and it consists of, many different components. So you got graffiti. You got break dancing, that's all part of the culture of hip hop. And granted, we partook in every facet of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I could say I'm well rounded when it comes to this.
When it comes to music.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. What would be your advice regarding IPR and a young artist coming into it?
I mean, here's the thing. With any business that you get involved in, you're getting involved in it for the fact of one particular thing, which is to what? Make money, right?
Yes.
And you don't want to give up. You don't want to give up something that you worked so hard for to develop, and put it in somebody's hands, and they're going to strip you of what you're due. You know what I'm saying? So you got to learn the business of this game.
Yes.
That's most important. The business aspect is what you really got to hone in on. Your talent is great.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Just being productive and constructive and creative.
All of that.
Yeah, that's all good, but get your business right. So, me as a producer, all right, I started out as an MC.
Yeah.
Right, as a rapper. And obviously I took a left turn.
Yeah.
And I decided to travel the route of the producer. Because as an MC, we were actually getting jerked.
Yeah.
And by saying that, I mean, we were signed to the label, and the label maintained all rights. They administered a lot of our total control.
Yeah.
And that's because we were so busy, diving into the creative and not really paying attention to the business that was going on. Right. So, case in point, here's a perfect example. We were amongst, maybe 2 or 3 other artists. I want to pull out Gangstar, Main Source, UMCs, that was signed to a record label who was an independent, right? So now that record label wasn't well known until these artists were signed and they started blowing and buzzing. So now, pay attention, we're making a name for that record label, right? So now, whatever advances that record label gave us, that was our business with them. But here what happened. They went and got signed to a major.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So now, when that major signs that independent label, because of those artists that they have, what's gonna happen? That major is gonna front that independent buku money. All right, I'm talking, big
money.
figures, real money.
Real figures. Yep.
But they got that off of the strength of putting us out.
Yeah.
But now when it's time to renegotiate our deal, there's no renegotiation.
No.
So those figures that they got stays on their side.
Yep, it stays.
And we stay stuck with the crumbs that we got in the beginning for helping to develop the situation, helping to bring eyes to the situation. But we don't get no praise for that. We don't get no just due for that.
Outside of Eddie Grant, no other Guyanese artist has made it significantly on the international market. And what would be your advice to Guyanese artists in terms of this industry? Because I don't think they fully have a grasp on what's happening here in the US and Europe and stuff like that. So
somebody got a grasp on it. So first piece of advice is all you Guyanese artists, get from under the thumb. There's somebody out there monopolizing, you know what I mean? And not allowing you to see what's going on. But you don't need to be allowed to see what's going on when everything is there for you to see. You know, the internet is open, wide open. They say those who seek knowledge will find it. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So you gotta, you know, my whole thing is get involved. You know, see what it is. Don't put it in nobody else's hands. You know, this is your journey.
Yeah,
you know?
Your dream.
Yeah,
it's your dream, your journey. Another aspect to it, which I always talk about with artists. When you mentioned in the beginning of our conversation, when you said get the business right, I've been advising artists that not only to get registered, but also to have your business registered, so that whatever monies,
anything that falls under that
could be accrued to you.
Yes.
A lot of them have issues with, for example, getting into that. Do you find that is a structural problem as well here in the U.S.?
It is. Myself included. You know, like I said, I started out as an MC. I started out making records as an artist, but my transition into becoming a producer, there's a whole nother set of guidelines that you got to follow and you know, succumb to. And you know, if you don't got, if everything ain't proper as far as management, as far as, you know, a decent team of people who have your best interests at hand, you know, certain things could fall, you know what I mean, fall through the hole.
I'm glad you made that. I'm so glad that you pointed that out, that it really takes a team. Of people to make it work.
It really does. We've been taught this throughout history, you know, white man history, black man history, Spanish history. No man is an island. It always takes a team.
It always takes a team.
There's a basketball team, there's a football team, baseball team. You know what I'm saying? It always takes a team. Music team. You know? You can't do everything by yourself. I can't do everything by myself. How am I focusing on being creative and making beats when they're talking about, well, we got this deal over here that we need your attention to, and if you don't, you know what I mean, that deal is going to pass you by. But I got to get this track done for so-and-so at this particular time. You know what I'm saying? I got to juggle now. I got to try to juggle. Guess what? If I'm putting efforts into two things, I'm only going to get so much, you know what I mean, progress on both of them. You know what I mean? If I'm focusing on one thing, I'm going to get the full progress that I'm looking for. You know what I mean? Now I have to appoint somebody who's going to handle that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then they report back. You know, we have a team meeting. You know, I got my business partner in the house right now, Renoir. You know what I'm saying? And what, you thought I was going to get over here by myself? I tried to wake up and, you know what I mean? You know, we do it like that. So this way, whatever I miss, he catches. He picks up. You know what I'm saying? And this way we go back to the table, we sit down, we talk, all right, what was the outcome for the day? Boom, what did we accomplish? Blah, blah, blah. All right, so going forward, you handle this part, and then tomorrow I'll go get on that, and then we'll reconvene.
There was an issue with you and a really big rapper on a track. So I'm like, I got to get to the bottom of this. You know how I am. I got to get the scoop. I got to get to the bottom.
I got you.
What was really the situation with that bit of music?
Okay, so 50, right? This is what happened.
Let's get straight into it. Where's the mic at? Go over here, bro.
So, all right, so here's the deal. All right, so for a lot of you who don't know, I produced Magic Stick for 50 and Little Kim. There was a lot of controversy with that record. You know, it wasn't an easy record. As a matter of fact, nobody even knew that record was going to come out, actually. It was done. It was done again. Then it was done again. You know, we had different female, different female artists on the record. You know, so basically it just started. My cousin Giz, my cousin, he was 50's DJ. Okay. I knew 50 from back when he was a Trackmasters. Yeah. So we was always, you know, destined to do something together. Boom. So it comes up. Here's the beat, Magic Stick. Now that beat passed through many hands already. You know what I mean? Nobody was able to really do it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So by the time 50 got it, he did it. He had Trina on the track. Sean Money, you know, had me come into the studio, drop the beat. We laid it, sent it out to Trina. She jumped on it. 50 had his part done, came back, and no good. All right, so 50 took Trina off the record. So now the record is sitting for another few months. Nobody knows what's gonna happen with it. Right. So now by this time, Get Rich or Die Trying, you know, was on its way. It was on its way. Yeah, so 50 was definitely, he was trying to definitely see if it could get on that album. So now they looking for the next female. Who's it gonna be? We need a chick. Oh, let's get Little Kim. She's gearing up for her new album to come out. All right, so good. So we finally get Kim on the record. You know, it's all in place. Next thing you know, Kim and 50 have a falling out. All right, so I'm like, damn, this ain't nothing supposed to happen with this record. You know what I mean? Whatever, man. Just give me my upfront. You know what I mean? I'm good. I'll holler at y'all. So now the record definitely ain't going on Get Rich or Die Trying. Now 50's all blown up. You know what I mean? And then Kim's album is up next. So after we didn't part ways, me, Shy, and 50, but what happened was, you know, we figured nothing was gonna happen with the record. Somebody in they camp, the light bulb went off in their head. You know what I mean? So they was doing some brainstorming on their side. And
they saw the light. They saw the light.
Yeah, they saw the light. They knew the light already. See, that's what happens when you ain't paying attention. You miss out on that light. But you know, I caught up though. But anyway, so you know what ended up happening was Shy and 50 sold the record, the entire record to Atlantic for Little Kim for her album. Now, this is how God works. I'm gonna tell you how God works. What if I did make Get Rich or Die Trying with Magic Stick? Right? Was I gonna shine? Really?
No.
Who was the head producer? Dr. Dre.
Dr. Dre.
Am I gonna shine in that? No. Especially that's his debut album? Nah, Dre had that on lock. You know what I'm saying? So if anything, at best, it would be a album filler. So that's what was going on there. Now, fast forward, it goes to Little Kim's album. And it's her first single off her album. Right. Now it makes sense. See, this is how God plants it, sets it up, and then now you gotta pay attention to why. It makes more sense to be her first single, you know what I'm saying? Or for her new album. And now I get the burn that, you know, I so desired and I believe that, you know what I mean, that I was meant to have. So that's how that worked out. So now going back, like I said, they sold it to Atlantic. So they didn't sell it for $10,000 like I got paid for it originally. All right. So their numbers was way up. So now I'm like, all right, wait a minute. You know, I'm the producer of that. So I need a cut of all of that too.
But this is exactly why
this is a whole new deal.
This is exactly why I asked this question, because I want to expose that particular incident to a lot of the younger producers who are in the business, the independent ones as well, who really are not understanding what happens in the business.
That's one of those where you gotta be, you know, you gotta be right with your chess moves. You gotta understand how the bus moves when it's time. You know what I mean? Like, because you will get lost. And
you got producers that
come over.
That's Renoir.
Yes, this is Renoir. Yes, my bro.
You actually got producers that don't get credit for what they did. Like names go on production. But it's not who did it. Does that make sense?
So yes. So, okay. So what you're saying? Let me just clarify this to the audience. People's names go on productions that in real life they had nothing to do with the production.
At all. It's all about business, right? So you looking at a producer right now that has something to do with Window Shopper, with Disco Inferno, with Fantasia, When I See You, right? But the names is there, but they didn't touch a beat.
Yeah. So actually, it was your work, but it was then
he's not specifically talking about me.
Okay.
He's speaking in general. Overall.
I'm just saying in general. In general,
It goes down like that.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
Right. So we have to understand what's going on.
So then the game is really about money, because if you put
it's business, right?
Yeah.
Entertainment, business.
Right.
That's what it is.
Where, for example, a well-known producer could buy you up.
Well, what happens is, to elaborate on what Remy was saying. Here's a perfect example. We accredit Puffy for being a producer.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But does Puffy literally touch those pads?
No.
Play those keys? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he is considered a producer, and I give him credit for that. But the real producer who produced the record itself, they still deserve their credit and their namesake on the project.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
I mean, you got all kind of producers. You got Broadway producers, stage producers. Everybody's considered a producer who puts a situation together. That's what Puffy's great at. He knows how to put pieces in play and say, this goes there, that goes there. Get that producer. You know, we want a record that sound like this, so we need somebody who sings like this. That's production.
Yeah, that's production.
But that's not instrumentation. That's not instrumental production. Hands-on production. You know what I'm saying? So that being said, sometimes that producer who really, really did it, he got to fall back, and your name don't go on it. You know what I mean? You'll get the money that we gave you up front. You know what I mean? We'll give you a point or two off of the thing, but on the record, it's under my name. Guess what? You're gonna get big in a second, but it has to be done this way. How many backs was this Empire State built off of? Think about it. Right?
Yeah.
That got no credit. Right?
At the end of the day, that's what it is.
At the end of the day,
that's just what it is, right? Everybody, it's about money, right?
Yeah.
Entertainment business, right? So nobody cares that you are the creator.
Yeah.
They want to take the money. That's it. That's cut and dry. That's what it is. Cut and dry.
Right.
Let me ask you this: who you think is the biggest or best producer in your head?
From my country, or are we talking
No,
international?
just it don't matter.
Let me see.
Yeah,
See, there's so many.
Just give me one.
Yeah, but
So I'm gonna give you one. Quincy Jones is the biggest producer.
Okay, yeah, Quincy.
Ever.
Yeah, ever.
You think he touched the pads?
No, I don't think he touched the pads.
He did, but he didn't. All right? Quincy Jones is one of the biggest producers in the world.
That's true. That's facts.
In
That's
the
fact.
world. But his name is on everything that he didn't even touch. I'm gonna leave you with that.
Now
how do we then readjust that?
But see, there's nothing wrong with Quincy's situation. Why? Because whether he touched the instruments or he didn't, he was the composer for all the music.
Absolutely.
Do you understand what I'm saying? He wrote all the music. He's the composer. So he didn't have to touch this, even though he knew how to. Oh, there's a lot of Quincy albums that are out there where Quincy played all the piano. He played everything on his albums. You know what I mean? But there's times where he just fell back and didn't have to touch anything, but he's still considered the producer. Sometimes the edge that I got on these keyboards ain't the edge that I need for this artist. Let's bring in so-and-so to get over here and rock the roads for me. You know what I mean? I like his style of playing, so I want that over here. You know what I'm saying? So there's many different ways, you know what I mean, you could approach all of that. Executive producer.
Executive production.
Yeah.
Like at one point, we're gonna do the same thing. At one point, I'm not gonna be producing every track. You know, I got a label right now. I got an imprint, Phantom Music. You know what I mean? I got my business partners. We all gearing up. You know, it's gonna come a point in time where, I might set it off with a particular artist with a couple of hits, you know what I mean? But going down the road and we got like 3, 4, 5 albums to work out, you know what I mean? I gotta have other producers under the umbrella. Yeah. And just give me your hottest and then we're gonna executive.
Lisa from Jamaica is asking, have you stopped producing music? What have you got coming up?
Oh, so like I was touching on, I got my label imprint right now, through Sony. It's called Phantom Music.
Oh, nice.
So, I haven't stopped producing. What I did was take time out to develop my own team, my own crew of artists. Because it's time for like a different kind of sound. Whatever's going on right now is what's going on, but there's a lane, that just is open for what we want to do.
Yeah.
So, and it consists of, singing, it consists of rap, a little country, hell, who knows, you know what I mean? But there's no holds barred, you know what I mean?
No holds barred in it.
No.
All right, Derek is asking me, what kind of budget do you need to get into the music industry? Budget. He's looking at it from a money.
It ain't no one particular number, B. It's not no one particular number.
So, Derek, first of all, what are you trying to do?
That's one.
That's what we gotta talk about. What are you actually trying to do? And I'm gonna tell you right off the rip, you gotta have 5,000 just to even play.
Yeah.
Just to play.
Just to play.
Just to play. $5,000 just to play.
And I know people are gonna ask me before I wait for them to ask. They're gonna ask me, what does this $5,000 do? How does this?
But that's what we're gonna get, right? Rim says $5,000, right? But what does that $5,000, hold weight on? You know what I mean? Do you got your music and your material ready already, and then you have the $5,000, or you have nothing ready, and then you ought to take the $5,000 and make your material?
Well,
so where are you coming from with it?
The material should be done
and ready to go.
Let's go.
So now $5,000 will get you a nice PR. It'll get you, some radio, spots. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Some promotion.
But again, Derek, what
you can't call it.
Is he speaking still? What are you looking for when you say, how can you get in that industry?
How much of a budget do you need?
Yeah, that was a straight question.
But there's no.
He's probably gonna get back.
You can't call that out. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, beyond money that I made out of the industry, me starting all over fresh with the label.
Yeah.
Now this is a whole different venture, right?
Yeah.
So now I gotta ask myself, how much money do I need to get this label up and running?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And doing what it has to do. But forget about the money I made off the industry or what I got coming in from the industry already off of my production. This is a new venture. So, I'm looking at it like I'm starting off with 2 or 3 different artists. You know what I mean? I need 2 or 3 different videos.
And you gotta invest.
I need, So this is the money that I'm dealing with that I need for the level that I'm on. We get ready to do a label. We already spent at least 15, 20,000 easy. You know what I'm saying?
Easy, I know.
And we ain't even fully off the ground yet. You know what I mean?
Yep.
The only thing that keeps us afloat is our credibility already. We already been established. So now people is looking for what's get ready to come.
Like when you say this, I'm so glad that you say this because I always tell our artists that you need to invest in your craft.
Yeah.
It's your dream.
I bought my first DJ set off of a paper route. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Delivering newspapers. And I went and bought my DJ set. There was some techniques. You know what I mean? Nice Gemini mixer.
Yep.
But I saved up, and then.
That's because you gotta focus, and you focus on getting what you need to move forward in the business.
Yeah, you can't depend on everybody unless you got a freaking sugar mama, sugar daddy. You know what I mean? Who believes in what you got, and they got that bulk of paper for you. You gotta do it yourself.
What do you look at in terms of the changing, the evolution of what's gonna happen? Because we got this pandemic happening, and artists really make a lot of money from live performances.
Right.
On stage. So what do you think is going to be the new move, the new development in terms of what's going to happen?
I don't know
the artist.
what the new move is going to be. All I do know is this is evolution. In order for evolution to happen, changes have to come.
Yeah.
So here comes the chaos, here comes the turmoil,
Yeah.
you know, and eventually out of that, we'll get peace. You can't know the light without knowing the dark. You understand what I'm saying?
True.
So that's just the way that it goes. And that's just scientifically proven with anything. So all you got to do is you got to be ready to figure out, you know, for yourself. Every man's their own God. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They're their own, you know, they control their own destiny.
Yeah.
And if you can see it, God bless. If you can't see it, then keep on working on it till you can see what it is. Yeah. You know, there's no right or wrong formula. You know, some people say the devil is necessary.
Yeah, well,
do you understand?
If there's good, there must be.
They say.
Yeah, if there's good, there must be evil.
There you go. So you know,
yang.
Yin yang.
There's a balance of things. So in terms of what people can look out for from you, what's coming up? Because I know you're working with a brand new artist. I saw you put a clip up on Instagram.
Yes.
And even before that, I heard the girl's voice. I was like, woo!
Yes.
Is she next? Is she next?
She's one of the. Well, yeah. Actually, we just put out her video trailer. So yeah, we're waiting for the video. We'll get the video in about a couple of weeks. And yeah, she's out there. Her name is Catherine Swain. You know, she's from Ohio. You know, she's a different animal. You know what I mean? Like
the music is totally different from her.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. You don't tell everybody. Don't give it up yet. Don't give it up.
I'm not gonna bust the bag.
Don't give it up.
The scoop.
Yeah.
You know, which is like, wow. This is. I mean, when I heard the song, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Who is this girl?
It'll be a big surprise once they.
Yeah. It's gonna be a really big surprise because people gonna probably jump out and say, "Oh, she sounds like." She sounds like. I ain't gonna bust the bag, though. Nice.
But yeah, she's up next. We got a few artists that's getting ready to drop. You know what I mean? I got my boy, Rhyme Wrecker. I got my other dude, Silence. We got L Haggett. I got my man, you know, Remy get ready to come through too. He's not only my business partner, he's an artist, he's a producer himself.
How can people follow you? Because a lot of people here, how can we follow? Oh,
definitely. You could catch me on IG at Phantom of the Beat. That's Phantom with an F. FANTOM _OF _THE _BEAT. On Instagram, you could catch me at Phantom of the Beat as well. And then other than that, you know, you could Google, you Google Haas G, you Google UMCs, you Google Phantom of the Beat, you Google Phantom Music, and it all pulls up.
Could you tell us which artists he's worked with and stuff like that?
Oh man. So it starts from UMCs, then you got Busta Rhymes, then you got 50 and Lil' Kim, and you got Ghostface. Then from Ghostface, you got the whole rest of the Wu-Tang Clan, everybody doing their own albums. I produced on some of everybody's album from the Wu. I got some Trey songs, some R. Kelly. I still love R. Love R, but
I mean, he's all right.
He's the man.
What? I know Busta has Trinidadian and Jamaican roots.
Yeah, roots.
Jamaican. How do you find working with him? Because I know you were into the whole fusion crossover stuff now. What was it like kind of working with him?
That's just like hanging out with my brother. You know what I mean? Like we just know each other.
Remember,
UMCs was out in '91. Remember, Busta comes from Leaders of the New School. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So before he was just Busta by himself, he was LONS.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mop Top.
So we was already doing shows, performing together. We grew up in the industry together. You know what I'm saying? So working with him was nothing. Yo, it's time to go to the studio. Yo, get Phantom on the phone. Let's go. We up in there cracking jokes. You know what I mean? Doing work, hanging, kicking it. Catch you later. Boom, the record sound dope. All right, cool. See you later. Yo, cut that check.
Let me say this. Busta is the coolest asshole ever. No, he's the coolest asshole. That's what he is.
He's a cool guy.
He's a cool asshole.
Busta's good money.
I said it. Yeah, I said it, Busta. Hold on. You got to get. Yeah, I said it, Busta. You the coolest asshole.
All right, guys. So just before we wrap it up, Any other information you personally want to let people know that's coming up?
Yeah, just be on the lookout for Phantom Music. That's FANTOMUSIC. And you know, I plan on bringing, you know, some very, very adept, very, very skilled, very, very different, creative type of artists to the table.
Okay, I got a question from Sean. How do you handle publishing?
You handle it. That's what you do. Nah,
That's the actual question.
Yeah, that's the question. That was a short one.
How do you
handle your publishing?
you go to any one of the publishing.
ASCAP,
yeah, ASCAP, BMI, CSAC. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You go file, register. You know, get your name of your publishing company registered.
Mm-hmm.
Get your name as a writer registered.
Yeah.
And then go make some records.
Trademarking. How
That's different.
That you deal with an attorney for that.
That's different.
Yeah.
That's very different.
That's branding.
Yeah, that's all different.
Yeah.
That's very
I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff that fall under that category. You know, trademarking is
Somebody asked that question?
Yeah.
All right.
that
Trademarking.
he does all that marketing.
Yeah.
Trademarking and copywriting is totally different. So if you want to trademark something that has nothing to do with copywriting, so talk to a lawyer, talk about trademarking, talk about copywriting, talk about publishing.
Okay, this is my question then. I'll follow up on a question in regards to what he said. For example, if I got my name is Malachi, and I registered my name. I'm an artist. I registered my name. And then there's another artist. He comes up with the name.
But you're not
But what? Your
You're
name
not
ain't trademarked.
Your name
Right.
ain't trademarked.
But you can
I
register your
trademark
name.
Your name.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're doing something right now, what's your name?
Malachi.
Malachi.
Mm-hmm.
I could trademark Malachi.
Right.
But anything that you make under that name ain't going to go to you
It's gonna
because
go
he got the ownership of the name
name. All right. So whoever trademarks the name
first.
is the owner. I wanted to clarify that because a lot of people were.
So
There was a
Steve-
bit of confusion in a group discussion regarding trademarking and copyright.
So I'll tell you something real quick. Steve Rifkin, right? He trademarked Street Team.
Mm-hmm.
Street Team.
Yeah.
Everybody says Street Team. He trademarked.
Mm-hmm.
He get paid for every street team
That uses street team.
Yeah. So anytime that particular stuff is used,
Street Team is his.
he gets paid.
I mean, another example, if you follow, a lot of people don't know, but you had like what, 9 members in Wu-Tang, right? Not all of them get shares off of the name Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So
well,
somebody trademarked Wu-Wear. Somebody
Trademark.
trademarked Wu-Tang.
Resident.
So it's all owned by different.
By
No,
different
RZA
people.
got
He
it.
don't got everything. There's different people who own different rights to different usages of that. The W, that's all his.
It's all his.
But guess what? When you say Wu Wear, that's something
somebody else.
different. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. It was great to have you guys in the studio, at least giving us this information, chopping it up with us.
Yes. Did you pull up some music? You got some music on the side?